I'm Janelle with Tunes Unlimited, and I have decided to do a video on creating buddy characters for Crazytalk Animator 2. I will probably do additional videos on the standard G2 characters, but I think that anyone who has wanted to get into creating their own custom characters for either the marketplace or just for their personal self, and want to know the best flow process to doing it, this video is for you. It can also be applied to the standard G2 characters, but buddy characters are much more simplified, and it's a great way to get your feet wet, get a better understanding of how to develop characters, and then gravitate more towards the standard G2 characters. So I'm going to go over my process, and I have improved from just using a mouse to now using a graphic tablet. So I can do either one, but I now prefer to use the graphic tablet over using a mouse and doing a pen tool with the point clicks. But when I get started on a buddy character, there's several things I consider. The first thing is, is there any scenes to go with it? What do I want my character to look like? All different types of aspects. And a lot of the stuff that I do lately has been in a collaboration with Gary Pye. We'll sit down and discuss, different scenes, and he's great with showing me something that he's working on, and I'm like, ooh, let me create a character that complements that. So we've been out of sync for a little while, but we're slowly getting back in sync. We both have separate projects. I have a couple of side freelance projects that I'm currently working on, but overall we stay in communication with each other almost daily, and we're producing stuff that hopefully together will expand the marketplace and the whole bunny universe aspect as we know it, because some people have a problem with buddy characters. I personally don't. I love them, and you will notice that the sales for the Buddy World series continues to grow, which means there's a lot of people buying these items, and if you're buying these items, it won't be long before you'll want to do more with them or have more styles or variations of them. So this is what's going to get you going. Now, when I create a buddy character, the very first thing I start with, and I have my own separate template, and I'm about to show you in a second. There is the buddy template, which you would definitely need to help streamline everything. So I cannot provide you the buddy template. If you own the pipeline version of Crazytalk Animator, then you will have no problems with getting the buddy template. Well, what I can provide you is my drawing template that I use when I first get started with a character. Okay, so here is the buddy template that I like to work with when I'm doing my characters. And this is basically just the front view. I always start with the front view, and I think that's the best option if you're really trying to make a symmetrical or asymmetrical character. Starting off with the front view helps you envision all the other angles, and it makes it easier to modify one angle to get the next angle. So I start off with this, and this is basically the parts of the buddy character spaced out. And the reason why I like this particular setting, and I usually draw on a regular piece of paper. I'll make Xerox copies of this, and I'll draw a lot of my characters on paper and pencil first, and then scan it in and start working from there. what this allows you to do is whether you rescan this back in and it's too small or too large, you have the dimensions that you need for your buddy character. So if I wanted to start drawing on top of this, I can easily do it. And you can actually do it in Flash on the fly. I just prefer to have paper and pencil and kind of get my thoughts. The second thing I do is I think of the theme, and in this case for this video I think we're going to Gary has a Wild Wild West theme, and I have created a ton of different characters that I will eventually have to go along with it. It's just a matter of me completing its project. So a lot of times I will just go to the internet and look at different Indians and see, you know, different cartoons and see what aspect that I like about it. So I'm gonna just bring this over so you can see it. Here's just a quick Google search of Indians, and it helps you get a visual on their style hat, you know, some of the native style clothing, and you can really just kind of go through and pick the ones you truly like, and from there begin to draw out the features you like most and apply it to your buddy character. So I've already done my reference and found a look that I want, and so the character that I will be working on drawing today will be this one here. And I can say sometimes I change the buddy mouths, I'll add nose, ears, you know, you can really expand on the buddy look. It does not have to look like a buddy character. And what I mean by that, I have so many different projects that I'm still debating. I'm really waiting for Crazytalk Animator 3 to come out to see if there's a new process for character creations. Here is a character that I've been working on with his business suit, and this one is part of what I'm having coming up called the Occupational Buddy series, and it's just going to be various buddies in different occupational clothing. So for example, that's one. I have one that's a chef that looks like this, and these have more of the magna eyes and the chibi look. And like I said, I would love for them to be able to perform and run around and move just like a standard G2 character, but I will more than likely limit it to be more like the buddy style, unless the new version of CTA2 comes out and it has the look that I've been waiting for. Another one is, as you can see, still in the design phase, is more of a fireman. So these are all the different things I like to work on, and as you can see, this particular character is still in different body parts, and that way you can see exactly how everything's going to look before it's stacked on top of each other. And sometimes you might want to make adjustments, because the most critical piece is right here with the upper torso. You really need to make sure wherever the neckline falls, it lines up so that you can actually see portions that you want to see. So for example, if I wanted to see this collar on top of my buddy character when I lower the face, I need to see if I drew it far enough that it will fit. So if it was just right here, it would probably be fine, but most buddies, they fall about right here. So if I really wanted more of that collar to show, I would need to bring down that line work and move further down the chest so that it looks like that's really where the neck shows at. So now that you have a better understanding of creating the characters, we're going to go ahead and get started. So basically you have your template, and I would encourage you to sketch out exactly how you want your body to look. Go to the internet and look for references if you don't have a creative eye, if you can't think of anything. Sometimes it's just great to look at different material to get your juices flowing, so I would encourage you to do that. And then the second thing is picking the right template for creating your buddy characters. So with the buddy templates, you have 3 different flavors. You have the quick template, which it basically duplicates several of the body parts, like the arms, the feet, and the hands. So you basically draw it once and it'll show up on all the other views in the right spot. And that's great if you're creating a very simplified character, whether you're focused on just the outfit and can care less about any of the other body parts, because some people just want an outfit. Some people won't do an entire character. This template is for you. If you're if you want to use the standard 10 angle character, this basically means that each view is its own view. It's not like if I draw on one arm, it's going to show on the other one. It's going to have every single angle, the top, the bottom, all the other angles that would normally be flipped. It will be all there for you to draw independent. And this is perfect for asymmetrical characters. If you got somebody who's got a pocket on one side or a patch over the eye or whatever the case may be, this is the best template for you. And the last one, which is also a standard template, this is probably best for a symmetrical character. This is basically you draw on the regular top angles, whether it's the 0 degree, the back angle, the 45, and for the other view, like on the left side versus the right side, it will automatically flip it in the application. So you draw one angle and the other side of the angle, when you import it, will automatically be there. Again, it's perfect for a symmetrical character. So I'm going to go back and close this out because I already have my character loaded on Flash. And by the way, for this tutorial, I'm using Adobe Animate CC. I finally bit the bullet and went on and purchased the subscription. The main reason why is, number one, my characters make enough that I can easily afford the monthly subscription. 2, I finally took time out to learn just enough about Flash to be able to do my characters and be more comfortable. So now that I'm comfortable with using the application, I went on and purchased the subscription. And as you can see, I do own the Puppet Producer, which I strongly encourage you to do. If you're planning on making characters for yourself or for the marketplace, it's no other way to say it. You got to bite the bullet and get the tools that will allow you to create it faster. If not, you are going to get frustrated because the alternative way, the Reallusion's default way of doing characters, is just that time consuming. And if it wasn't for the Puppet Producer, I would have stopped a long time ago, just because it's just that challenging. So I do use Toon Titan. I do love it. I love everything Ibis has created thus far. And I'm going to just, looking at this character right here, will let me know what I need to create. So in this case, I'm going to go with the standard 10 view template. And the reason why is because she has a feather right here on the top of her head, and I don't want it on the opposite side. There's certain things like her hair where I'm only going to draw it once, because I'm going to make a copy and flip it and it's going to be on the other side. Same thing with the arm. There's no need to draw unnecessary views when you know that, hey, you're just going to copy and flip it. So this gives me enough visual. I may draw an ear to add for earring. I may draw a nose and stuff. As I get started, I decide just how complicated I want my characters to be. But in this case, we might keep it for a simplistic look, keep it more of a buddy style. I may even keep the regular mouth, buddy mouth expressions, or use one of the default feminine mouths I've created, and just once it's imported in Crazytalk Animator 2, go ahead and apply that mouth and see how she looks with it. Or I might just keep it with the standard buddy one.